Good morning, Voli K. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning to you and morning to all the lovely listeners.
Thanks so much, mate. Yeah, absolute pleasure, mate. You're one of the wonderful artists who'll be performing at this year's Groove Tunes, which takes place on the 3rd of June at the Corner Hotel in Richmond. You must be really looking forward to performing at Groove Tunes.
I am looking forward to it. It'll be my first time performing my own music in Melbourne, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm really just can't wait to get into it.
Fantastic, mate. Look, the very first Groove Tunes took place last year, of course, and it was a huge success. There were lots of wonderful accessibility features. TV Access, the organisers of Groove Tunes, did a great job putting the show together, and I believe this year's event's going to be even bigger and better.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be on board with this, given the fact of my history in that I'm legally blind, and so being able to have these access also with other people in the public that's able to have access to live music and these venues, and it really is encouraging and really supporting our people, so to speak. And I'm really excited about it, and I'm just really looking forward to what's ahead.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Look, I've got a list here of Groove Tunes accessibility features. I'll read them out. Accessible signage, Auslan interpreters, an accessible website, an accessible entrance and lift, accessible gender-neutral toilets, a lowered bar, lyric videos, sub-pack tactile vest, braille tickets, and a sensory zone. What an incredible set of accessibility features.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, and the fact that on this platform they're able to do such a thing like bringing this amazing festival is exciting for me to be a part of.
Fantastic, mate. Look, in addition to yourself, the Groove Tunes line is a very impressive one. We've got Kai, Cool Out Sun, Rebity, and Betty Ford. What a fabulous lineup! It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to hearing these wonderful artists. Some of them are local, some of them are interstate, and some of them have travelled quite a bit to get there. So, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing spread of great entertainment all around.
Fantastic, mate. And you mentioned before it's your first time in Melbourne, is it, performing?
Oh, yeah, it is my first time performing some of my original songs. But it's a city that I love to visit on a regular. So it's exciting to be back again.
Fantastic. And have you ever been to the Corner Hotel before? Because I was going to ask you whether you'd actually played at the Corner Hotel, but obviously this is the first time.
I've actually been to the Corner Hotel, but to watch other things and to chill out and hang out. So it's exciting to be back to be able to be performing.
Fantastic, mate. And it's really is an iconic venue, of course. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is, and I'm excited for it.
And what can we expect to see from Voli K Groove Tunes? I'm guessing some of your older material plus some new stuff?
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a mix of just a few covers, just to bring in some familiarity for the patrons, and then introducing my music to a lot of the people that don't know much about who I am and so forth. There will be some songs that I'll be able to play, such as Never Alone or Joy and Hello, and even play some songs that I've yet released that I'm looking forward to playing for the first time in public in Melbourne.
Fantastic, mate. Look, and you mentioned Never Alone, and that's it's obviously going to be a key part of your life set. Look, it's one of my favourite Voli K songs. Congratulations, mate. It's a great song.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, would you look? It's an incredibly catchy song, but it's also a very personal song, of course. And can you tell us a little bit about Never Alone, how it came about, and the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, the song is based on the struggles of being a, I guess, outcast of your own community, and it's a song that is pretty much saying that, I guess it's a self-testament of the struggles I've been through, and that struggle that I guess we as people go through in regards to being bullied for having differences, and it's a song that sort of really captures the heart of me as an adolescent struggling through getting through life, where you're just constantly bombarded by racist remarks and just bullying, and this song pretty much just talks about how just to learn to love yourself, and and always remember the way that your mum loves you and so forth like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic, mate. It's a beautiful song. And
Thank you.
what about future releases?
Well, we're looking to. There's a song that is called Lion, and it's featuring a really good friend of mine by the name of Lyric, and it's dropped. We're going to be releasing that song, I believe, late June.
Right.
And then we're going to be releasing an EP straight after that, at the back of that, which will be in the next, I guess, month after that. We're definitely looking to drop. We'll definitely be releasing a song every month, and that'll be the goal at the moment.
Right, fantastic, mate. Can't wait. With look, you first came to national prominence when you competed on The Voice in 2019, of course. You were a member of Team Boy George.
I was. It brought more eyes to me, but in regards to what I've been doing, I've been doing it for a while, and I guess it just sped the process a little bit quicker. That's all.
Right.
Because in my heart, this was always going to be what I was going to do, but in the process and the speed of getting there, it definitely helped. That's all.
That's fantastic, mate. Look, in addition to headlining your own shows, you've also supported some very well-known and successful artists during your career. And a name that springs to mind immediately is Tones and I.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you've supported her several times. Can you tell us a little bit about that? It must be absolutely fabulous supporting artists of that calibre.
Yeah, Tones and I is an amazing artist, and I've been privileged enough to, as you mentioned, support her. And I come off the back of a UK and Europe tour that I've just landed 3 days ago.
Right.
And straight back into it. And so I've been privileged enough to be able to do that. And the way that came about was just merely through acquaintances who asked me to do a studio session for her, and then I was able to then form a relationship with Tones and I herself, and she invited me as part of a, I guess, vocal ensemble choir, and which I guess is I have a personal relationship with her. We're pretty much best of friends.
Right, great.
Yeah, and so and from that, I've been privileged enough to call her friend and family. And vice versa, and it's something that and whether to me it's just I don't see her as this big superstar. I only see that when she's on stage performing, because I can say like that's her.
Right.
But other than that, she's such a beautiful human being who's generous and gifted and who loves people around her, and I'm just fortunate enough to call her friend. As I mentioned, yeah.
Fantastic, mate. And no doubt we can look forward to some more future work with Tones and I.
Absolutely.
Great, mate. Look, if we can go back to the early days of your music career for a moment, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, look, and you touched on when we first started out in music. What are your memories of the very early days? I know that you talked about Neverland, but what about the really early days when you started out and thought, I think I might want to get into this business? I'm pretty good at it.
I grew up in church, and I was part of the church band at the age of 8.
Right.
And I've always been playing an instrument by the tender age of 8. I started, I guess, picking up an instrument at the age of 4, and then slowly progressed into the band at the age of 8. And it just progressed from there, from being able to sing, and then I didn't start singing until I was 18, to be honest. And then and I was just able to progress from there, and then I guess the process, or I guess the journey from that. Deep down, I thought I was actually going to play some sports and be somewhat a semi or professional sportsman.
Right.
That was sort of my I guess trajectory, because my siblings were also professional athletes, and I thought, I would do this. I would do the same, but music. I found music, and I guess music found me, without trying to sound too cliche, through the adolescence parts of my life, where I did, as I mentioned, just go into the struggles of being an albino in a predominantly black community.
Right.
And so I found myself leaning in and holding on to music, and allow myself to express myself and tell my story.
That's fantastic, mate. And you said you didn't start singing till 18, so you didn't actually realise you had such a great voice until you were 18, or what was the reason behind that?
Oh man, that's very nice of you to tell me that. I've got a great voice.
I think everyone agrees with me, mate. It's no
Oh man,
surprise.
I'm still working on my craft, and I hope I'm just grateful to be able to. I'm grateful that people are actually wanting to listen to my music, and I really appreciate that. I do have story to tell through my songs, and I'm just grateful that one person can enjoy it. And the goal for me is that if I can help tell my story, that therefore it gives you permission to then express yourself and tell your story. I guess that's always going to be my goal. To changing the world one song at a time. And always trying to bring good times to everybody around me.
That's fantastic, mate. And really interested. Now, what was the professional sport you were sort of? You was soccer or something, or?
Oh no, it was it was rugby.
Rugby.
So,
Okay, yeah, because rugby's born in Fiji, of course. So rugby's huge. Yeah, in Fiji. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm not a small guy, so it definitely fits my build. And it was something that I guess naturally was the natural thing to fall into, I guess.
Fantastic.
Thank God for music, hey? Thank God for music.
Yeah, no, that's great, mate. We're glad you made that choice. Fantastic, mate. Look,
Thank you very much.
before we let you go, and I know you've probably been asked this question a million times, but where did the name Voli K come from? I love it. It's certainly a very distinctive name.
Okay, so Voli is my actual middle name, which is abbreviated from the full name of Voli Vakarua, which is in Fijian,
Right.
which I'm proudly named after my mother's sister's husband,
Right.
who was an amazing man of many talents, and I was just fortunate enough to be named after him. And again, his name is his full name is Voli Vakarua, and then so whenever and it's my middle name. And then K represents my surname, which is Koroi Mulileka,
Right.
which is definitely a tongue twister, and hence why it's just K.
Fantastic, mate. It's a great choice. Absolutely love it. Sensational.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Look, and you mentioned before having a good time and helping people to have a good time. You've been labelled the ambassador of good times. How cool is that? How did that label come about? I'm guessing because you just give people a good time at your shows and with your music.
Well, yeah, I mean, my manager, Brett, my manager and good friend Brett, he's got a way with words, and he's an amazing writer. And he came up with that. He goes, I think you're like the ambassador of good times, and so it stuck with us and stuck with me. And I was like, you know what, I can be, I am, and that's always been my goal, is to bring good times to people whenever they come and experience the Voli K experience. Just to say, through the music and the songs that I put together and the sets that I play, and June the 3rd we'll be doing exactly that at the Groove Tunes Festival, which I'm really excited about, allowing everyone to be able to experience some good times from the ambassador.
That's great, mate. Thanks so much. Look, and thanks so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
A pleasure of mine. It was definitely my honour to be able to speak to you, and thank you to all the listeners who's streaming my songs that are available on all streaming platforms. And I appreciate every play for us as independent artists. Makes a world of a difference, so I appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Look, our pleasure, mate. And of course, good luck. We love Never Alone. We're really looking forward to the new music that's due out in not too distant future. Can't wait.
Thank you so much for your time.
And of course, Groove Tunes, mate. What a night that's going to be. Fantastic.
Yeah, it will be exciting. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks a lot, Voli. Talk to you later, mate.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Bye. Bye.